Hello and welcome to today's video. I'd like to start you off with a song that actually contains to this message of today. Lo and behold, never realised, but Yahweh is good. I just found the song, just sort of come to me and went, yeah, that's the song. And bang, looked up the word for today and went, oh wow, look at that, part of the message of today. How beautiful. Oh, anyway. So what I want to do is I want to read from here from Songs 55 verse 5. Fear and trembling have entered into me, and shuddering has sped through me. So Father, today, Yahweh, I choose to give you everything that has ever bothered me, all my fears, my tears, and all my cares, all of my doubt, all my plans, my dilemma, my uncertainty, my anxiety, my hopes and my dreams, my aspirations, my ambition, my strength, and my weaknesses. I give it all to you, Yahweh. Whoa! Oops, sorry. Excuse me. Back. Oh no. Well, yeah, that happens. No, I don't want to get back. Funny. Yes. Alright. So anyway. I just smile to you, my soul, I sing to you, my heart, you keep me up late at night, you keep me perfect, I lay my mind on you. It's the least thing that I can do. I'm overwhelmed, I'm panicking, feeling down, I'm certain to you, I do, what can I say? I can't resist you, so I got my soul, my spirit, I give to you, my hopes, to you, my soul, I cling to you, my to you, don't know what everybody praise of my heart in you, because you hold my broken to go with you. I put my hand and I run to from for your protection, for your protection, for your direction. I give to you. My future plan, tell me you've done in my life, of which I can. My sin, I soul, I sing to you. I sing to you. To you, beautiful girl, ever my soul, my sin, I give to you. My heart, my soul, my soul to you. My heart, my soul, my sin to you. My heart, my heart to you. I give it all to you, yeah. Well, that's beautiful. It's always touching to hand everything over and give it to him, you know, and to say that, look, your will be done in my life, and I ask for your will to be done in my life for this. So thank you, Father, that you will do and keep to your word and your promises. And when we ask, you know, and we seek and we find and we ask in your name, you know, things happen. And yes, it happens in your time, and whatever your time is, it's the perfect time. So thank you, Father, Yahweh, for that. Right, so for today's reading, we're going to be going off of, obviously it's May the 3rd today. So I'll be giving you the usual reading that you can that you can do on your own study from Judges. Judges 3:1 to 4:24. And we're going to be doing the reading today from Songs 55:1 to 8. So we're going to So as you know, the reason they're songs is because that's what psalms are. They're songs. They're different songs of different prophets, and have written down over the years, and over the lifetime of the serving, as you know about it when you look into their genealogy of where their life was. So today we're going to be going off of Psalms 55:1 to 8, and which I'll have the reference up as I normally do with the words as I've been sung. That's why I mentioned song earlier. So Psalms 55:1 to 8 says, Yahweh, listen to my prayer, and do not ignore my plea for help. Pay attention to me and answer me. I am restless in a turmoil with my complaint, because of the enemy's voice, because of the presence of the wicked, for they bring down disaster on me and harass me in anger. Yeah, I bet we can all agree on that one. That those that follow the truth normally get persecuted the most. So taking off from verse 4. My heart shudders with me. Terrors of death sweep over me. Fear and trembling grip me. Horror has overwhelmed me. I said, if only I had wings like a dove, I would fly away and find rest. How far away I would flee. I would stay in the wilderness. I would hurry to my shelter from the raging wind and the storm. Today's reading from Proverbs is going to be Proverbs 12:23 to 24. But I reckon I might read that one from sort of mix it up a bit, And we'll read from what's called the Scriptures. Now it's a bit of a Messianic edition, and it's quite nice. So we're going to be reading from Proverbs 12:23 to 24 today. A clever man is concealing knowledge, but the heart of fools proclaims folly. The hand of the hard worker rules, but the lazy is put to compulsory labour. Yeah, interesting. And from this version it said, a shrewd person conceals knowledge, but a foolish heart publicises stupidity. The diligent hand will rule, but the laziness will lead to forced labour. So you can see the difference there. It's certainly a difference when it comes to one to the other. But yeah, I certainly like. I sort of got favouritism in one because it's just pure, and I use the other one because there's just a couple of books that I need to read from there. Okay, so today's reading is going to be going from Luke, verses 20 to 40. They watched closely and sent spies who pretend to be righteous, so they could catch him in what he said, to hand him over to the governor's rule and authority. They questioned him. Teacher, we know that you speak and teach correctly, and don't show partiality, but teach truthfully in the way of Yahweh. Is it lawful for us to pay taxes to Caesar or not? But detecting their craftiness, he said to them, Show me a denarius. Whose image and inspiration does it have? Caesar's, they said. Well then, he told them, Give back to Caesar the things that are Caesar's, and to Yahweh the things that are Yahweh's. They were not able to catch him in what he said in public, and being amazed at his answer, they became silent. Some of the seducers, who say there is no resurrection, came up and questioned him. Teacher, Moses wrote for us that if a man's brother has a wife and dies childless, his brother should take the wife and produce offspring for her. Now there were 7 brothers. The first took a wife and died without children. Also the second, and the third took her. In some way all 7 did and left no children. Finally the women died too. Therefore, in the resurrection, whose wife will the woman be? For all 7 had married her. Yahushua told them, The son of this age marry and are given in marriage. But those who are counted worthy to take part in that age and in the resurrection from the dead, neither marry or are given in marriage, for they cannot die anymore, because they are like angels and are sons of Yahweh. Since they are sons of the resurrection, Moses even indicated the passage about the burning bush, that the dead are raised, where he calls Yahweh the mighty one, or Yahweh of Abraham, and Yahweh of Isaac, and Yahweh of Jacob. He is not Yahweh of the dead, but of the living, because all are living to him. Some of the scribes answered, Teacher, you have spoken well. And they no longer dared to ask him anything. Yeah, I can imagine why. Wow. Yes, well, can't argue with the Father, can you? Don't get me wrong, I'll tell you what, back in the day I did. I tried to argue with the Father a few times and I lost every time. The secret of survival. The diligent hand will rule with laziness, will lead to forced labour. Proverbs 12:24. We need to make clear the difference between diligence and obstinacy. I know people who have experienced spiritual shipwreck because they don't know the difference between these two things. When asked to clarify the difference between perseverance and obstinacy, however you say that, obstinacy, obstinacy, I think. A student wrote, one is a strong will, and the other is a strong want. Diligence is dogged perseverance. Obstinacy is dogged inflexibility and self-will. A man whose life was full of promise, as far as the Christian ministry was concerned, how spent his days in depression, because he did not know the difference between these two. Yeah. Oh, might turn it down so you can hear me, of course. I thought I'd play a nice little bit of what's called graphite ambient mix. It's sort of like just a mild mix of music, like it's a nice bit of background music. I don't know. Anyway, man whose life was full of promise as far as the Christian ministry was concerned, now spends his days in the depression, because he did not know the difference between these two things. He set out on a project that he thought was Yahweh's will for him. And when things started to go wrong, instead of checking his guidance, he continued to press on and ended up in failure. Those who loved him and were more objective urged him to give up as what he had done, as what he was doing. It was clearly not the will of Yahweh. However, he did not have the wisdom to realize that what he was doing was not being diligent, but obstinate. Now he lives in perpetual disillusionment. When Yahushua came to Calvary, he said, I have glorified you on the earth by completing the work the work you gave me to do. John 17:4. Note the word you. There were many who would have liked Yahushua to do this and that, to go here and go there, but he only did what the Father required him to do, saying yes to Yahweh's will and pursuing it in diligence, saying yes to a thing that is not Yahweh's will and pursuing what is obstinacy. We have better learn the difference. So following after Yahweh's will is the obedience, but follow not after what the will of Yahweh asks is non-obedience. Well, the reason I give these videos is because when I come to know these names, that's what I was told. You shall be hated by many, not many shall like you, you shall find it hard to get along, but those that know the truth and find the truth shall be your brothers and sisters. So it was quite a blessing to hear that, and for years I've been wondering where they were. Finally starting to meet them. It's good. Father, prayer. Father, I see how important it is to be clear about these two issues. Help me differentiate between diligence and obstinacy, so that at the end of my time here on earth, I, too, will be able to say, I have finished the work which you have given me to do. Amen. Further study, Matthew 25:14-30, 7:26, James or Yaakov 2:14. What was Yahushua teaching in the What was Yahushua teaching in the parable of the talents? Why were the two who multiplied the talents successful? So thank you for watching today's study. I hope you enjoyed it, and be blessed. Come to truth, find the truth, and search for answers. Yahweh bless.